I'm Brittany.
I'm Berkeley.
I'm Allison. And this is
Books on Court.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Allison, you sound like shit.
I appreciate that.
On the outside, you don't look like shit.
Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah, you look beautiful.
Aw. Y'all are too sweet.
Yeah, we are.
Definitely too sweet.
My coughs are the things that you will hear consistently through the podcast. So for that, I apologize. I'm kind of going for this, like, sexy, raspy thing right now.
I'm not sure if it's sexy.
Let us know if you
Definitely
think it
raspy.
works.
I've picked up a lot of guys recently, so, you know, it's working.
Wait, really?
I don't know, this guy at Buffalo Wild Wings seemed to be pretty interested.
Yeah, he did.
Thank you for that backup, Brittany.
I thought his friend was cuter. If I'm
I
being
did too.
honest. But he was more just like
He was
he was a wingman for sure. He was not invested for himself.
yeah.
He was invested for his friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this other guy really wanted a lot of high fives, fist bumps. Like, he made us do like a 15,000 high five thing before we could leave. It was insane.
Yeah, it was interesting to say the least. I wasn't really that into it.
So, Andy and Nate, if we ever get really famous and you come across our podcast,
Shout out Andy and Nate.
yeah. Andy, maybe don't make people give you like a 15-minute high five routine before
And
they
then
leave.
say, put your finger in the hole.
Yeah, that was the end of the
That was
high
his
five
way
routine.
of trying to make you guys stay.
Aw.
He was prolonging the inevitable.
Yeah, it wasn't cute.
He was cute, though, so he had that going for him.
It's true.
So, speaking of cute, Brittany,
I hope you guys heard me whisper that, oh no.
how's your relationship status?
Well, you see, I'm feeling much better today. But this week, I've just been very grumpy. Or bitchy, you could say. So I've tried to minimize my contact with the outside world. Including him. But also, I've just kind of lost all my investment. Like, you're taking too long, bro. It was me. I'll stop.
I think Berkeley's moving her feet on the coffee table.
I am not.
It was me. It wasn't you.
There was some creaking going on.
But yeah, he's just taking too long, so I've kind of, at this point, it's like, I'll talk to you, but I, at this point, have no plans of ever dating him, because, I mean, like, gotta have some initiative here.
The things happen now. Like, I don't know. I feel like we've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah, since November. To be fair, he was gone for, like, 2 weeks, so,
That was me.
yeah, it's okay. I wasn't gonna throw you under the bus.
I will.
I hit the microphone, and for that I apologize.
Or did you move your microphone to the ground?
No, it's still on the table, but I'm watching my sound. It sounds good.
Okay, I'm into it. But yeah, that's my relationship status.
Y'all, I spilled my drink.
Oh no, do we need to pause?
No, it's fine. Everybody act like it's normal. We'll be okay.
I'll ask Berkeley about her relationship status. We're still married.
Still married.
I was worried.
We tolerate each other. Yeah, those are fine. We tolerate each other as much as we can. And he's thousands of miles away, but we're still married. We're good. It's solid as far as I know.
Oh, Berkeley.
Yeah.
Well, before we ask for Allison's relationship update, since she's cleaning up her mess, Berkeley, you want to tell us about your week? Was there any funny things that happened to you?
You know there were funny things that happened to me.
Jessica, have you heard this story yet? Has Jessica heard it?
Yeah, she's heard it.
Okay, good.
She heard it in the car this morning.
We'll tell our 3 listeners about it.
I half-ass got propositioned on Wednesday. No, it's Tuesday. On Tuesday. I got a text from one of my very close friends on Tuesday asking me what I was doing. And I did not respond fast enough, I guess. And I guess she maybe texted a couple people asking what they were doing. It just kind of like whoever texted first got the invite to come over. And I was not fast enough. And I texted her back about 10 minutes later and said, oh, just hopped out of the shower. What are you doing? And she never texted me back. So about 30 minutes later, I sent her a Snapchat of me with a face mask on, like, hey, what are you doing? And I get a snap back of her and one of her other close friends, butt ass naked, together.
Here's what I want to know. Was it a selfie, or was this like a situation of someone else taking the picture?
It was a selfie. It was a selfie. They took the picture of themselves naked. And then immediately, like, after I got that snap, she sent another one saying that was not meant for you.
Oh my gosh. And that's why you don't send nudes.
I have never...
Or at least double check who you're sending.
Yeah, I've never been so appalled and curious in my life.
Yeah. How could you not be?
I think I was more curious than appalled. Because, like, I don't judge their lifestyle choices. But, like, I'm mainly just really curious about how it works for them. My friend is married. They're happily married. And so, like, they make this lifestyle choice work for them. And,
oh my gosh, what's that show? Extreme Love?
Yes.
Is that the one?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, last night when I got to Berkeley's house, there was Love After Lockup on. And Allison and Berkeley had to go run an errand, and I was like, I ain't moving from this couch. So I stayed on the couch, and that show came on, and I don't know how to work Berkeley's TV, and honestly, I wasn't upset about it. It's called Extreme Love, and it's about people who are in very weird relationships. One was, I don't remember what it was called, but it was where the girl pretends to be a baby. She, like, wore a diaper, was fed by the man with a bottle. It was very weird. Made me extremely uncomfortable.
This is amazing. This is so funny.
Okay, Allison, now that you're back, tell us.
I'm back and I'm settled.
About your relationship status. Can I take a shot in the air and guess at it? It's just a wild chance, like a wild card.
No, it isn't. You fucking know my relationship status. So it's not like a wild card. It's like Brittany knows her shit. It's not a guess. My relationship status is single, bitches. I'm just kidding. Kind of single, bitches.
Hashtag is complicated.
It's complicated.
Hashtag I'm not willing to date anybody, bitches. But,
so,
like,
essentially, it's
who wants
complicated.
to date, honestly, like, who wants to date a single mom anyway?
I thought you were saying who wants to date in general, and I was like, well, I'm pretty open to it. Like,
No.
I'm looking for a man.
I think lots of people are willing to date single moms, Allison. I feel like if I decided to leave my husband right now, I would not have any issues finding a man to be willing to take care of this business.
I would totally date a single dad.
Yeah, me too.
It's not that,
They're
like,
there.
I doubt that I could get another man. But it's like, bring...
I know of one on standby.
Shut up.
To be fair, Allison's not keeping him on standby. He's keeping himself on standby.
Thank you. I don't like to leave people on because, like, I've been there. And that's some sucky shit.
It's not nice.
But...
You very much
He's
have
waiting in the
feelings
wings.
for
He's like...
someone else, so it's not fair for you to try and date anyone else.
Right, and
True.
that's what I've thought a lot, is, like, there's been plenty of people that I've, like, seemed interested in, that, like, I would be interested in, but, like, I can't make myself date anybody because it's, like, oh, well, I kind of am into somebody else. That sucks
Yeah.
for them.
Lots of people would be interested in dating you, though, Allison.
No.
You being a single mother does not dictate anything.
Well, thank you. I feel so special.
I
think I'm gonna date this elephant, actually.
Isn't it fucking amazing? That's Lily's favorite. She likes to hide underneath him.
Check our Instagram for what we're talking about. And you shall know.
It's fucking amazeballs.
Well, let's talk about what we're drinking tonight. Allison, what did you pour out? And then tell us what you have now.
Well, I poured out and still have this like pink margarita from Jose Cuervo. I'm a fan.
Jose.
Yeah.
Cuervo. I just like to add extra syllables.
Me too.
When I was in middle school, I thought suave was called suave.
Suave.
That's some real shit. And then I said it in front of somebody else's mom.
They're like, yeah, it's not that fancy.
And she was like, I'm sorry, where are you shopping?
It's like, that's just $2 at Walmart.
I know.
It's not suave. It's not suave.
It's just suave. That's so funny. Berkeley, what have you got, girl?
What have I got? Oh,
In your
alcohol. Yeah, I've got some Red Bull vodka. With Tito's. Thank you. Hashtag Tito's vodka. Please sponsor us.
Do you know that just by saying hashtag, it doesn't create a hashtag?
We should get on that and invent it.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Allison, do you know how much of a problem we had getting the audio set up tonight?
I'm sorry, we?
Okay, I was trying not to throw you under the bus. Allison, did you know how much of a hard time you had setting up the audio tonight?
I'm just saying I worked hard and I fixed it, so I'd like the credit.
Okay.
I figured out what was wrong. I didn't mess anything up.
See this defensiveness?
I don't know what you're talking about, Brittany.
Listen, it's Shark Week for me, so, like, I'm a little extra sensitive.
Shark Week, what does that mean?
I'm on my period.
Me too. We started on the same day, by the way.
Woo. Everybody who's a male is uncomfortable.
Sorry, male listeners. Me and Allison have spent a lot of time together this last month.
I'm just extra sensitive right now.
Yeah, me too. But it's okay. Because we're drinking alcohol. It makes us less sensitive.
But I am just saying, I was proud of myself for figuring out
I didn't know that's what that meant.
what was wrong with it.
I didn't know that's what Shark Week meant.
Well,
I mean, there's
it's like-
also a Shark Week on TV.
Yeah, on Discovery. I'm a fan of that too.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of my own personal Shark Week, but
Well, I see people talk about that on Instagram a lot.
you've never watched Shark Week?
I've watched it.
If they're talking about it on Instagram, I would assume they're talking about the Discovery Channel one.
No, because they talk about it like it's Shark Week, like not shark. It's like not summer Shark Week time.
Ah. I don't know, dude.
Interesting.
This is interesting. I will follow up with that later and make sure that's accurate.
It took me like 3 years to figure out what OOTD means.
Outfit of the day?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I've never heard that.
They would be like, hashtag OOTD. I'd be like, what is this selfie? Trying to figure out what they all had in common. There was never anything they had in common, except it was a selfie.
It was their outfit of the day.
Why didn't you just Google it?
I'm so not hip and cool. Brittany, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Riesling. I already threw away the bottle. I don't know what it is. Sorry, guys. It's a Riesling. I like it.
Berkeley has the hiccups.
It was just one. It's okay. No more coming out, I promise.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Oh, I intend on keeping it.
All right.
What?
Never mind. Brittany seemed like she had a plan.
Well, I do. But go ahead, because I forgot to pull up the freaking summary again.
Synopsis.
How is your cleanse going?
Me, my alcohol cleanse. Yeah, I done fucked it up yesterday. Allison and Brittany came over to my house yesterday, and I was fucking trashed by myself. And they're like,
To be fair, we asked her to come out with us.
Okay, but there was no way I was going to be able to fucking drive to Edna's like
Glad of that decision. But you were already drunk? Because I talked to you an hour before that, and you were driving to more.
Okay, I was driving to more, but you guys weren't at Edna's yet, and I got back to the house and started drinking, and then, like, it took you guys forever to get here. It was more than one alcoholic beverage at Edna's. Like, what was...
Oh, I actually didn't have any alcoholic beverage.
I had two.
Allison scratching her nose, like, oh, it was more than one. It's fine, but I was just like, I would have gotten an Uber there if I thought that you guys were going to be there as long as you were. I'm not mad. I'm just saying
I was there more than an hour.
I felt like more than an hour drunk by myself at the house.
Allison texted me after 7 to say that they were on their way.
Yeah.
And we were here by like 8:45. So
I'm definitely not mad.
That could be more than an hour.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I just like got really like weirdly lonely and sad and drunkly by myself.
I don't have any idea what that's like. Never experienced it.
You've never been drunk by yourself?
Can you not hear my sarcasm and my rasp?
No, I can't. It's masked by your raspiness.
My sexy
And plus, I can't see your face right now, so... Yep, okay, now I see it.
Alright, are you guys ready to hear about this here book?
Yep, yeah. I'm ready.
Alright, so this week we read All or Nothing at All by Jennifer Probst.
Probst.
Obviously, we don't know how to say her last name. Jennifer, let us know.
I vote Probst.
But it's All or Nothing at All. And here's the synopsis. HGTV's Property Brothers meets the marriage bargain in this third volume of Billionaire Builders series, an all-new, heart-wrenching, and sexy contemporary romance from New York Times bestselling author Jennifer Probst. Tristan Pierce left the family business to carve out a life of his own, but never forgot his passionate affair with the much younger, inexperienced Sydney Green, or the hurtful breakup that tore him apart. When he's forced to return home and face his past, will he be able to carve out a future, or will lies ruin his second chance at love? Sydney Green loved Tristan her entire life, but when he left, he took not only her heart, but her trust along with him. Now that they're together again, it's time they both face the biggest secret of all. Bum, bum, bum.
Was all of it?
Yeah.
What that synopsis failed to let us know was how fucking erotic this book was going to be.
Yeah, I feel like we read porn.
It was porn. It was very graphic porn. It was not softcore porn. It was real. It was real porn. Very, very graphic.
I don't feel like we have room to complain because last week we bitched. Nobody had sex. I'm just saying. We asked for sex and we accidentally got it.
We got 10 times the sex we were asking for.
Yeah, I was very uncomfortable.
First 30 seconds, there was penetration.
Oh, yeah. It was like less than a minute in.
So, let's start with, Allison, when did you finish the book?
Tuesday.
Okay.
And the jury's out on when I started it. I can't remember.
Berkeley?
I finished the book on Friday morning, and I started it, I think, on Sunday afternoon or Saturday afternoon. I don't remember. Yeah. And I also would like to note that I started it on a beautiful day, and I let Lily play outside in her new playhouse that we got her for Christmas, and I turned the book on a speaker to listen to it, and the first 30 seconds turned into an erotic porno, so I had to turn it off.
Yeah. No, I started mine on Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember, and finished on Wednesday, I think. Which is pretty on par with the time I normally take to read any of our books. I actually have a paper copy of this book, so I listened to some and I read some.
Did you go out and buy the book?
I bought it when we picked our first book, actually, for the podcast, originally, I saw that book and I thought it looked good. It has like a cute cover with just like...
It is really cute.
Yeah, it does not hint at all that it's like porno. And, but so I started it. I was entering data at work. So I like just put on my headphones. I was going to listen to it. And it started and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? So then I had to turn it off. Because that made me really uncomfortable. I was like, what if someone like comes up behind me and can hear it? Oh my gosh, I was just horrified.
Well, I was driving up to work at one point, and I'm a teacher. And all of a sudden, there was a hardcore sex scene. I was pulling into my work parking lot, and I was like, oh my god, turn it off. I'm so terrified.
Gotta pull out. Pull out of the audiobook.
Oh yeah, but pull-out method doesn't work. We both know that.
Well, Josh wasn't pulling out, so that was not...
Kyle tried. His pull-out game's weak.
Yeah, no. Obviously, it's fucking weak as fuck.
Weak AF.
Josh didn't even try pulling out. It was not even an issue.
Josh was trying
like,
to trap you.
I think he did. He knew what he was doing. He trapped a 10. He's a 7. I'm a 10. He trapped a 10. Anyways.
Wow.
Josh definitely scored with you.
Yeah, he got an upgrade. Kyle definitely scored with you 2 hours.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
He's like a 6.5, and you're like a 12.
Ah, damn, girl. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Brittany's so hot that she just hasn't found her man yet. She's so picky.
Go ahead, please.
They're hitting her left and right. Y'all don't even know.
It's like salmon swimming upstream. I'm just smacking them away.
On the real though, like the guy that you're currently talking to is probably like a 6, and you're definitely a 10.
Thank you.
You're
I'm gonna be
welcome.
honest and say I think a 6 is generous.
For him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I
his
was trying to be
personality
nice
makes up
because I was
for it.
scared that you'd be listening.
No, I haven't told him the name of the podcast.
That's smart. Then I'm gonna give him another.
Yeah, but
score.
you're probably friends with him on Facebook.
I don't post this on my Facebook because my parents follow me on Facebook.
Yeah, I just do Twitter.
I just post on Twitter too.
I have no idea if he is or not. I don't care. It's fine. I've already decided I'm not invested.
I would say that he's a solid 5. Solid 5.
Yeah, he's super nice. I think if you add in his personality, he's probably like a 6.5.
7,
Maybe a 7. He's just more nerdy than I am. Which is, someone's going to love that, but it's not me.
I don't think it's for a lack of trying, though. I feel like you would have liked it had he
Oh
made
no, the
things
nerdy
happen.
has always been over like a little. The nerdy has always been a little much for me, but I was willing to look past it.
Thank you.
What?
Here's the deal. I went to zoom out on the audio, and it hit a little pause.
Oh, okay.
Because I like to see where we're at, and if I don't continuously zoom out, it doesn't show me where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
So when I zoomed out, I pushed the button, and so it paused for 3 seconds. So 3 seconds of your conversation was cut out. That's why I said repeat it.
Oh. Well,
I'm not really sure we pick back up, but it'll be a fun time.
that'll
Welcome
be fine.
back, listeners. They didn't know we went anywhere.
But yeah, I don't know how we got down this rabbit hole.
I don't know.
I
I'm
appreciate
into
that
it.
you guys think I'm a 10 because, girls, I've gained some weight.
Girl, curves are back.
Doesn't make
Thank
you
you,
not a 10.
Beyonce.
I wish I had Beyonce curves, but my butt's still... actually, my butt's not really flat. It's
Your
just
butt's-
not really, like, bubbly. Probably because I don't do those squats.
I
Gotta
would
do
say
those
that your butt
squats.
is definitely not flat.
Gotta do the squats.
Yeah, squats are... I did squats today while I was listening
Pivotal.
to... X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you.
You did squats today?
Yeah.
Just chilling at home?
Allison always does squats.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I do squats like...
Have you ever smacked her ass? That's like a weird
I
question.
knew you just did squats. I just
her
didn't
butt's
picture,
really
like, a
solid.
chill day at
She has
home,
a
including
solid
squats.
butt. It's solid. So next time, like...
Just really, you're telling me to fill up Allison's ass.
I'm telling you that it's definitely an option.
I really like this conversation. I'm just let y'all keep talking about my butt.
Okay, anyways, no, so this book.
Yeah, we should definitely get started. Here's your spoiler alert. To be fair, we will spoil this book, but also it's a typical romance. So if you haven't figured out at the end that everyone always falls in love, then you're an idiot.
And it's spoiled in the first yeah. No,
I don't know what to tell you.
No, it's spoiled in the first 2 minutes of the book.
Oh, for sure.
They tell you everything that's gonna happen. Like,
what?
They tell you the main plot line the first 2 minutes of the book.
Oh yeah, but they don't tell you how it's gonna work out.
No, but like, just.
But if you have any sort of, if
romance.
you have a high school education, you can guess.
It's yeah.
Yeah,
they
100%.
love each other. Then
They're both just idiots.
Lots of sexual chemistry. So much sexual chemistry.
Speaking of, our
This
first
book-
topic is intro/sexy time.
Sessified.
So the intro is sexy time.
Yeah, girl.
They are getting it on.
In the intro of the book.
Like
This
literally,
book opens with sex.
and graphic sex. It's not like
Oh, it's so
And
graphic.
then he took
it's
me
not-
to the bedroom. It was like...
pump for pump.
it
Like it's like it's so graphic.
was for sure graphic, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh shit. We're just diving right in, aren't we?
Definitely made me feel a little weird listening to it. But then, like, I started getting used to it. I think it only really bothered me when it was Tristan's point of view.
It really
Yeah, so
bothered
this
me when they
audiobook-
said the P word over and over again.
Pussy.
We're 12.
Wait, okay, so, like, I wasn't calling you a pussy. I was saying the P
Saying
word.
it. No, I know.
Oh, I didn't take it as you were calling me a pussy.
Okay.
I just,
You don't like that word?
I would almost rather, like, in reference to the female,
You want to say vagina?
nah.
I was like, I would much rather have them said pussy than vagina. I don't know what I wanted them to say. It was neither of those words. But if I had to pick between the two.
I don't know. I always, never mind.
What? No, you guys say it now.
Well, I wouldn't have wanted them to use it in the sex book. But all growing up, my sister taught me to call it my coochie. But I wouldn't have wanted them to call it a coochie either.
He touched my coochie.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, there's no reason to make coochie sexual. Because that's what I call, that's what I call it too, coochie. No one wants to say the other words when they're talking about their coochie.
I know. Like, it's just so...
Yeah.
Pussy is sexual. Coochie is just talk about your coochie.
Yeah. I'm with you. I just hate that word.
Then let's stop saying it.
I hate that word more than I hate cunt. I'll say cunt all day. I don't care. But Brittany hates that word. The way she's
really
looking at
do.
me is like, I hate that word so much. And I don't. Maybe it's because I
feel like the C word is a derogatory term. I feel like it's why I don't like it. I don't look at it as a curse word. I feel like it's a derogatory word for women.
No. I think I just watch too much British TV. They say that shit all the time.
Oh, yeah, they like that word.
I mean, I feel like it's
like it a
fine.
lot.
Everyone can have a different opinion of it. That's just like how I feel about it.
Americans don't like it.
Meh. I'm okay with it.
Okay, so back to the book.
Yeah, there's a lot of sexy time in this book. Tristan is very graphic. Particularly, like, he likes to say what he's going to do out loud.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. It makes me feel weird. Just,
She
like,
likes
listening
it.
to him.
She likes it a lot, and then she's like, "Well, do it." And I'm like, "Ew."
Should we like say what happens like the first 2 minutes of the book where she's like, how old is she? Is she 19?
Yeah.
When like the beginning of the book happens, they're having sex. Then he's like, I'm going to New York. I don't want to do this anymore here. And then she's like, in her mind, not out loud, well, what about the baby? She finds out she's pregnant. And like that same day, she hasn't told him yet. And she's like, well, what? He's like, yeah, I'm going to go to New York. She's like, well, what about me? He's like, I want you to go with me. But he doesn't actually want.
Yeah, he didn't ask her until she said, hi.
Yeah.
I'm here.
So that's when she makes her decision. Like, okay, well, I'm not going to go with him. He doesn't want me to go with him. I'm not going to tell him about the baby.
Right.
Because he's made his decision. I don't want him to feel trapped here.
I also think it's weird because, like, also at the beginning of the book, she talks a little bit about their age difference, right?
Is it 4 years?
It's 4 years. And I'm like, the way she makes it sound, they're like 10 years apart.
But 19 and 23 kind of is like a
significant age gap at that time in their lives. It was.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like picturing a 35-year-old dating a 19-year-old when she was starting.
Yeah, but like whenever they have
is how she talked about it. I agree. She talked about it like it was like.
Well, whenever there's like she talks about loving him her entire life. Like whenever she's like in high school and he's in college and stuff. Like 16 and 20 is a big kind of age gap.
Yeah.
Whenever
if you're 20 and you're dating a 16-year-old, you're a pervert.
Because she definitely like makes reference back to like when like flashbacks in high school when she was like 16 and he was in college doing stuff. Like she would try to get his attention by wearing it.
And he was so not into it.
No, he was not even.
But on the upside, as much as we don't like Tristan, he wasn't a pedophile. So, I mean, there's something.
Unlike R. Kelly.
That's a whole
Do you know what I just realized?
nother...
Tristan was the name of the guy in the fighting book, wasn't he?
No.
What was his name?
Pidge and...
Travis,
my bad. Never mind. Back to the discussion at hand.
I was like, it took me a minute. I was like, I don't know. It's been a minute.
But yeah, they were kind of crazy. Yeah. But that's kind of what Berkeley just alluded to. That they grew up together. So, Sydney, the main character, and Tristan, the other main character, grew up together. Sydney's parents kind of like were trash and like abandoned her with her grandparents who were wonderful. But Tristan's parents were like parent figures to her as well. She grew up around them. So Tristan's mom was like a mother figure to her. So they really grew up together.
Right. And all his other brothers saw her as like
a sister.
Their little sister.
Yeah.
And especially his dad saw her as a daughter because he was a man with all boys. So when she started coming over to the house often and becoming a part of their family, he really just essentially got a daughter.
Did we ever get like a flashback of how that happened?
What? What happened?
How she became so close with that family. I know, like, her parents never really,
they
like,
worked
wanted
together.
her.
Her grandparents were close to them. Sorry, I have to move my legs. I just had to.
It's allowed.
Huh?
It's allowed. You can get comfortable.
Allison had a very panicky look on her face.
No, I just wanted you to know, like...
I know. That's why I was moving them. But it says something about, I think that her grandma or grandpa worked for him, I think, like in accounting or something.
I'm with you. I think you're right.
I can't remember definitively in what context they worked for them, but they did.
I guess I just don't remember. I just know that
They mentioned it once.
She was close with her grandparents. her grandma, at least.
Yeah. But yeah.
Lots of sexy time, essentially, is what we're getting at.
We should have mentioned at the beginning of this that we recorded this entire podcast last night and we had a technical difficulty. So this is the second time we're discussing it.
It was a great podcast last night.
It was so good.
Unfortunately, you'll never hear it.
No, our equipment failed. But
we're here for you again.
Yeah, but that's why we're all a little bit less shocked about each other's opinions.
We've all talked about it already.
No, that's one of our rules we have is that we don't discuss the books
talk
before.
about it. We don't talk about Fight Club, and we talked about it.
But we didn't realize the Fight Club hadn't started.
It was a fake out.
Gosh darn it.
We watched a boxing thing tonight. Just made me think of it.
Fight Club.
Yeah, they weren't doing very well, so.
Wait.
In my opinion.
Both of them weren't doing well?
In my opinion, they both sucked. I know nothing about boxing. So, I really have no authority to say this. But I think they both looked like absolute idiots. They looked like they just wanted to go to sleep. Anyways.
You get hit in the temple so many times, you do want to go to sleep.
I feel like it's not an option, though. I feel like you just do.
Yeah, you do. You just go to sleep eventually. And then you wake up and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Or do you?
But can we talk about, though, like...
Berkeley, sit up. Open your eyes, you hobo.
I live here. I'm not a hobo.
Okay,
can we talk about, though, like, the fact that she was in love with Tristan their whole childhood?
Oh, yeah, that's where I was going and I got distracted. Sorry.
No, she was, like, infatuated with him. Tristan has memories, like, of him being annoyed.
Yeah, so she's, like, just obsessed. And he looks at her like this person he has to be nice to because, like, seriously, like a little sister, honestly. Like, I don't want to hurt her feelings, but I really don't want to be around her.
Right. And it's kind of disturbing in
my
that
brothers
way
are totally
because,
willing
like,
to hurt my feelings, so.
This relationship changed from a sibling relationship to a sexual relationship.
I would like to correct myself. Brandon was very rarely willing to hurt my feelings. Zach, always. Cody, 50-50.
Which one's closest to your age?
Cody. Cody and I fought like cats and dogs.
That's why.
Oh, yeah. We're 16 months apart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, God, your poor mom.
Yeah, she was pregnant for 5 years. It was...
That's miserable.
Yeah, you know, what is.
Ugh.
But, yeah. Sorry, continue. I just wanted to correct that.
No,
Brandon was always the angel. Zach loves me as an adult.
Brandon is so sweet.
Is Brandon the oldest?
No, Zach is.
Okay.
You probably haven't met him.
No. I've only met Brandon, I think.
I only met Zach twice or 3 times, and I've been Brittany's friend for like 6 years at this point. Like, close friend.
Yeah.
Not just like buddies. Like...
Well, Zach lived in Houston for 4 of those years.
Well, yeah, that makes sense too.
4 seems like longer than he did, but...
But Zach has literally the cutest baby, and I have a baby, so, like, that's it.
I don't know. I think my baby's pretty cute.
We have toddlers now.
But I think they're very different looking babies.
Have you seen my niece?
I have.
Shut up, Brittany.
She is the cutest.
But Lily was pretty cute at that age, too.
On Instagram today, Sam posted a picture of Annalise driving a car. She wasn't really driving, obviously. It was a parked car, but...
No, we were going to call DHS, so I'm glad you explained.
I didn't want the world to call GHS, you know?
Nobody knows who we are.
True
it's
that.
Secret time.
True that, girl.
Just 3 random girls from Oklahoma who don't even really use their real names on the podcast.
Aww.
Brittany's showing pictures like y'all can see
so
it.
cute.
I miss when my baby was that little.
I would post this on our Instagram, but I'm not going to exploit my niece.
I would.
I honestly would, but I don't know how my brother would feel
I'd
about
exploit
it.
my
Also, he
child.
doesn't know about the podcast, so.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Speaking of babies, let's talk about The Secret.
The Secret.
What is the secret in this book, Berkeley?
Becca. Hashtag baby. baby
Okay,
that she
so
did not tell
essentially-
Tristan about.
What's the girl's name? Sydney?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sydney decides that Tristan would feel locked down if she told him that he had gotten her pregnant. She has this baby. She gets married to another dude. He comes back, tries to stop her from getting married. She still doesn't tell him that he's the father of her child. And then it's like he comes back 5 years later.
I'm back.
And is back 2 years. She still doesn't tell him that this kid.
Yeah, the synopsis makes it sound like this all happens ... No, it is 2 mother effing years.
I mean,
Really, it's like a series of like 5 years from the very beginning of the book.
No, I mean, but like he is back. Like they are working together, seeing each other on a daily basis for 2 years before she tells him anything.
So weird.
And she's like, oh, hey. And like her and Tristan start dating again. And she's like so nervous. She's like, in her monologue, she's like, I have to tell him. If we're going to really do this, I have to tell him that Becca's his. And then she tells him. And rightfully so, he flips his shit. But then he forces her into a GD marriage.
Yeah. She keeps also insisting that she was going to tell him, and he doesn't believe her. He's like, if we hadn't ever started dating, you would have never told me. And she's like, yes, I would. And, I mean, she's already established herself as a lying bitch, so.
She really, I mean, word of advice, listeners, you don't get to decide what people can handle. You don't. Like, if you feel like somebody can't handle something, but it's the truth, sorry, bro, not your choice. They deserve to hear the truth.
Sounds like
And the
you're
truth
deciding
fucking
something
sucks.
for someone.
What?
So it sounds like you're deciding something for someone.
It is so annoying, though. Like, you know how much easier it would have been to never tell Kyle that I accidentally got knocked up? Easy. Would have been so easy. It was awful. But it wasn't my choice to decide that he didn't get to be a dad.
I do agree that in reality, that is the case, I would say 99% of the time. But in this book, Tristan does eventually agree that she should have kept it from him. That she did the right thing.
Because he's so blindly in love.
Do you really think that? Because he's kind of a dick most of the time.
Yeah,
He doesn't follow his heart much at all.
No, he says I always took and I never gave. Like, I never gave her any of my love. I always just, like, only thing he gave her was sex.
Yeah, so I don't feel like blind in love is...
He admitted that he would have resented them if she would have told him the truth.
It doesn't matter.
In your opinion.
Okay. So it's okay to not tell someone they're a father.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he said that.
Okay, that's what this fictional character said.
What I prefaced this whole conversation with.
It's definitely not right, but he definitely agreed with the decision at the end. He was glad it happened in the end.
Because of how things worked out. In all reality.
Mm-hmm. He needed to leave. He needed to go and figure shit out. He wasn't interested to stay with Becca. He didn't want Becca to go with him.
It's
she knew that.
Male shit.
Yeah, she knew he didn't actually want her to go with him.
I know, but it's typical male shit. Like, your feelings are more important than what's necessary. Becca had to raise that child on her own. She had to figure out financials on her own. She had to figure out babysitters on her own.
Dude, you do shit you have to do.
I know.
You get shit done when you have a kid. You know that. You know.
I do
yeah,
know.
You know.
And I think that's why this is so personal for me. Like, fine. Like, if you tell someone, like, you're the father, and they decide not to be there, yeah, you're gonna, like, step up. And maybe you're not, and, like, not necessarily giving up your baby for adoption is not a step up, because that's harder than keeping it sometimes. Like, we all have to do what's right for our babies. I just, I feel like I feel like there are situations where keeping it for safety reasons, obviously, but this wasn't a safety reason. She wasn't trying to protect anything. She was just keeping it from him for selfishness. He will resent me. He will resent her. He won't want us, so I'm not going to tell him. It's all selfish. He deserved to get to decide.
Yes and no.
Agree to disagree.
Yes and no. I mean, definitely in her perfect world, she should have told him. These are very fictional characters. And so I feel like
shockingly in this fictional book, the world wasn't perfect.
In this fictional world, this was the right decision to happen because he was a dickhole.
And then he decided that they should get married, but he wasn't going to love her.
My favorite part of the book was that every night he made her sleep, and he made them sleep in the same room because he didn't want Becca to realize that they weren't a real family. So every night, Sydney would sneak out of the room and go hide. They lived in this, like, giant mansion. And Sydney would go hide in different rooms. And then eventually she was, like, hiding in closets and, like, all kinds of shit.
To get away from him.
Sometimes he would hunt for up to an hour for her before he would find her.
But, dude, if your wife that you forced into marrying you doesn't want to sleep with you, you probably shouldn't make her. I'm just saying. Boo you, whore. Not a fan. I'm also not a fan of Sydney either. I don't like either of them, honestly.
They both suck.
They're both not very good people. Their daughter, though, awesome.
So, by the end of the book, Sydney's like, listen, dude, I'm out. You don't love me. I love you. I'm not going to do this to myself. We'll figure out custody. I can't do this.
Which good for her.
Yeah. So then he's like giving her this cool down period, which he's already learned does not work well with her. She doesn't want the cool down period. She wants him to prove that he cares. But he can't do that because he doesn't. But so the paperwork for Becca's name change comes in, and lo and behold, he's on Becca's birth certificate. So then he realizes, oh my gosh, she really was going to tell me. She was going to tell me all the time. So now he all of a sudden trusts her.
Yeah, he needed proof to trust her.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that absolutely violates the definition of trust.
Yeah, that's not trust even a little bit.
Super fucked up relationship.
It is, but I feel like
where the sex is fantastic, and I get it, y'all.
Sometimes you need complete validation to, like, start a trust, because, like, he had something huge happen to break their trust, and so, like, how can you trust someone that kept something from you for 6-7 years to be honest with you about something afterwards? Like, I feel like it took something big, like seeing the birth certificate, to really be able to, like, trust her again and be like, she was telling the truth about this. I was wrong.
That's valid, but for me, so then he, like, breaks down and tells her he loves her and he wants them to have a real marriage and all this bullshit. But, like, I would still be like, oh, no, we're starting from the ground. Like, this is, like, that's not how that works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it still doesn't validate, like, that you don't trust her. It just means that, like, one thing turned out to be true. You know? I don't know. Maybe I have a different point of view on it because I'm, like, very big on trust. So if I don't trust someone, finding out that one thing they told me is true doesn't make a difference to me.
But yeah, that's a very big thing.
Yeah, I agree. That's valid. That's valid.
It's like the biggest thing.
Okay. Well, do you guys feel prepared to rate this book?
Yes.
All right, so here's our rating scale. We do a scale of 1 to 5 corks. 1 cork was, I opened the bottle, I took a sip, I wasn't really a fan, I didn't finish it. 5 corks is, I opened the bottle, I drank the whole thing in one sitting, I loved it. Allison, why don't you tell us what you thought of the book?
I'm going to give this book a 3 out of 5. I liked a lot about this book. I really did. There was a lot of potential. It just didn't quite live up to its full potential for me with character development and how the story necessarily lined out. I feel like, yeah, 3 out of 5. Still a good guilty pleasure read for sure.
Okay. Berkeley?
I'm gonna give it 3.5 out of 5. The sex.
I think our average rating went up from last night.
Yeah, I feel like I gave it 3.5 last night too.
I think you might have. Yeah.
The sex was fantastic in this book. It was everything I needed and more, mostly more. But like, it definitely did not disappoint. What I really didn't like about this was that it didn't feel, the storyline kind of sucked. The fact that none of Tristan's brothers or even Tristan questioned Sydney's daughter's paternity was really, really stupid in my mind. And the fact that like she even kind of like looked like him, had like same allergies and shit.
Yeah, we never mentioned that.
That to me just kind of
Good point.
Too cheesy. Like, let's be real, someone should question it. Timelines are too close.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't a terrible book. What about you, Brittany?
I'm gonna go for 2 corks. I don't think that the storyline was good. I think it was very underdeveloped. I think this was like I think this was multiple sex scenes tied together with like 2 or 3 details of their lives. I am very disappointed in the reviewers on Amazon. Like, why does this book have such high reviews? But I now understand why everyone said you could read this book and not having read the rest of the series. Because, like, you don't need prereqs to understand sex.
No.
So, I mean, it was good if I had just wanted to read some sex.
Which Berkeley did.
But the storyline was
everything
shitty.
I needed.
Yeah. She didn't pay attention to the details. Yeah, I just wasn't a huge fan. Tell us what you think at Books Uncorked on Twitter, Books Uncorked on Instagram, and booksuncorked3@gmail.com.
We're also on Facebook, Books Uncorked.
Books Uncorked, yeah. Feel free to send some hate mail to booksuncorked@gmail.com because they stole our name and we hate them. But yeah. So we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to do our what the fucks, high fives, and sister citations and then tell you about our next book.
Okay, we're back.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry, Berkeley. I had a little emergency she had to take care of.
Almost peed my pants. That was the emergency. In case you were curious.
My high five is to you for not peeing your pants.
Oh, wow.
I'm just kidding. Allison, do you want to tell us yours?
Yeah, so I have a what the fuck this week. To no one in particular from me, obviously. So, what the fuck just happened? I just got 3 new students coming back from Christmas break. Can you please help me out and save me? I'm drowning.
A fun side note. Allison had a student glue himself to his chair this week.
He glued his pockets to the chair. Exactly
Allison
as instructed.
Told him
Allison's not laughing. Me and
I'll never not laugh at
Brittany
this story.
and I are both fucking laughing because it's fucking hilarious, but like it's also not funny.
I'm so annoyed. Berkeley, do you have a what the fuck high five or sister citation?
Yes.
I told the strangers we met at dinner tonight.
Yeah, okay. My what the fuck goes to my fucking dumbass husband from your wife, Burke. Berkeley. My what the fuck?
Berkeley.
What were you thinking? What is wrong with you? You fucking suck. Can you help me out and fucking stop it? You fucking dumbass. Don't be a bitch. Love, Berkeley.
Oh, she said love.
Yeah. Okay, that's it though. No details, but that is definitely. What about you, Brittany?
Okay.
What's your
Well, I have 2. I would like to say I had both of these completely written out before we started the podcast. Yeah. So my high five is to Allison from me for making the podcast stuff work.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. Remember when you yelled at me for not giving you credit?
That was nice.
You're welcome. My sister citation is to Allison in Berkeley because last night they just supplied the wind beneath my wings. They told me how great my boobs are. Like so many times.
They were so great last night.
Thank you.
I can't see them right now.
Thank you. I'm not wearing a shirt. That's super great for my boobs too.
I'm sure they look great though.
But you guys rock. Thanks for complimenting me.
You're welcome. I told you were a 10.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thank
I
you.
told her she was a 10 today too.
Yeah.
Right? We both said 10s.
Yeah.
Wait, Allison said 10, but
Actually,
I agreed
Berkeley
with the
said
10.
8, but no, I'm just kidding.
No.
Oh my god. She's so bullshitting.
All right. Allison,
We're
it's
all
your turn to pick. Tell us about this book.
I picked this week The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. The circus arrives without warning. No announcements precede it. It is simply there, when yesterday it was not. Within the black and white striped canvas tents is an utterly unique experience, full of breathtaking amazements. It is called Le Cirque des Rêves, and it is only open at night. But behind the scenes, a fierce competition is underway. A duel between 2 young musicians, Celia and Marco, who have been trained since childhood expressly for this purpose by their mercurial instructors. Unbeknownst to them, this is a game in which only one can be left standing, and the circus is but the stage for a remarkable battle of imagination and will. Despite themselves, however, Celia and Marco tumble headfirst into love, a deep, magical love that makes the lights flicker and the room grow warm whenever they so much as brush hands. True love or not, the game must play out, and the fates of everyone involved, from the cast of extraordinary circus performers to the patrons, hang in the balance, suspended as precariously as the daring acrobats overhead. Written in rich, seductive prose, this spell-casting novel is a feast for the senses and the heart.
That was a really long synopsis.
Yeah.
Kudos. I feel like someone else should have read that for you with how fucked up your voice is right now.
My lips are tingling.
They look like they're tingling.
It sounds like
I
a
don't
drug
know if it's
problem.
the alcohol or the
Both?
sickness. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for listening, all three of you.
Hey, shout out to Chris.
Yeah, Chris, thanks.
Shout out. Sorry we didn't talk about flaccid penises. Check out episode 1 if you want to hear us talk about it. But also,
Hey, I have funny jokes about flaccid penises.
give me one, Burgale. One joke.
Were you not there on my wedding night?
Oh,
I wasn't there on your wedding night.
But
I was waiting for you to like follow it up.
I wish you guys could see my finger right now. It's going up and down with the noises.
So funny.
Whiskey dick is a real thing, you guys.
Berkeley, stop telling the world that Josh could not consummate your marriage.
No. I thought we wouldn't be able to, but we did. It's okay. It happened. He followed through. But usually when he's had that much to drink, it doesn't fucking happen.
You know what? Power clap for Josh.
Woo! Consummated the marriage as though having a daughter doesn't consummate it enough. But it's okay. We did it on our wedding night, and he followed through. He finished. It's okay.
Yay.
Woo! Hard finish!
Okay. Well,
Chris.
on that note,
That whole conversation was for you. We literally just had that conversation for you.
Chris, you better like say something about this on Instagram or Twitter or some shit.
Also, flaccid penises are also very just
Okay.
interesting.
They're just there.
They just... But
But then they go... "Ba-do-do-do." And then they're back down. For no
They're
reason.
not like ugly or anything. They're just...
They're just there. They're just body parts.
They're like a worm.
They're just body parts. They're just there. Unless you need it for
Like a
certain
kneecap.
unless you need it for a specific purpose. But other than that, they're just there.
Okay. Well, this was a really great conversation
Yeah.
that I'm so glad I got to be a part of.
Brittany's
yeah.
like, stop.
Sorry.
Anyways, I was so excited to get to spend some time with you guys tonight.
Me too.
I loved talking to you listeners.
I fucking tolerate
Wait,
you guys.
really quick.
No.
High five. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Backwards. Today, I was having a little bit of a mental breakdown, which you get with anxiety. And I'm sick, in case you can't tell. And I called Brittany, and I get really cooped up sometimes and just need social interaction. And I called Brittany, and she was like, do I need to be there now? I can be there now. Hold on.
It's like I haven't showered.
But, like, I just called her, and she was all about it. So, high five to Brittany for being a good friend.
Thanks.
High five.
But, doop. Okay. High five to Jessica for being our
Sitting
special
through this.
guest. We love that she's here.
Do you listen to our podcast, Jessica?
She listens to our intro.
Do you really? Oh, thanks, Jessica.
She listens to the intro. She doesn't care about the book.
Hopefully people got to the end. Our intro was pretty bland tonight.
Oh, you're
Jessica,
so sweet.
you're so sweet. All right, guys. Well, it was nice chatting with you.
We think
We'll
you're
see
great,
you in 2 weeks because this is a bi-weekly podcast.
in case you didn't know. So,
Bye.
Bye.
bye.